hope that that dirty Ooster ODVB can fiddle with the cables and get this communication through. But we managed somehow to join, you know, in a conversation with Akuma Tebori from Spear, and with my colleague Pai from Bulk. Welcome everybody. How are you feeling?
Hey man, good.
Good to be here with both of you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. I mean, the weather is beautiful. The birds are chirping. I'm in a very safe place, I can say. I feel very safe with you. So let's go on. We have a thing to talk about here because we have a special guest with us today. His name is very known in the game of Elite Dangerous. Actually, just Akuma is an idea. It's a movement, and once you say that, many things fall into place, you know, and you know on which side you are. Like if you're talking to someone in Elite Dangerous, an end game player, PvP player, you mention Akuma, it's enough to identify. Are you talking with a you know, outlaw, or are you talking with a lawful pilot? So it's a great pleasure to have Akuma here with us. And Akuma, can you give me a little intro about Spear? I mean, I have to say that I'm biased towards Spear because I mean, I don't want to say how many days and hours I put into working for Spear, but I spent some time with Akuma in the Discords, with him commanding the fleet. So a little bit about me, actually, you know, how I did ended up in Spear. I got ganked. I got destroyed several times by malicious players that were just joking on me. You know, it took me like 5 hours to get some materials. I was jumping from planet to planet, and finally I get to my destination and I get destroyed 4 times. It takes this one trip takes like 45-50 minutes, and then I was looking for answers, and it led me to Spear, and slowly they took me on a patrol and all that. So I was a happy trigger finger. I still am, you know. But what this man taught me was how to not draw my sword in anger, you know. And this I'm very grateful for this. This has been a revolution, not only in my gaming life, my metaverse life, but also in my personal real life. Tell us a bit about Spear, Akuma. Give us a little intro. It's founded in tell me a bit about this. It's founded in 3302 in some metaverse. So what do you want to say? When was this in real life? How many years ago?
First of all, thanks for the welcome, and it's a pleasure to be here. Let's do a little bit history in the beginning. It was basically the same on my side. In 2016, so 8 years from now, yes. Or is it 6 years? 16? 6 years, yeah. 6 years, yeah. I flew with my Cobra, where I was in the beginning of Elite Dangerous. Maybe I flew about 3 or 4 months. I flew with my Cobra from Zeus Sotis to the bubble to make my mission to make some money. And after 30 jumps, I got ganked and got destroyed. And of course, I was not really happy about this. Then I went to the German forum and tried to find out what was going on here. And I figured out very fastly that this whole open community was pretty toxic and crowded with gankers and partially grievers, and related to my former real life, where I also had a very challenging project. I decided, okay, why not? Because I also had a lot of time. I thought about, yeah, why not doing the challenge and building a counter movement for all this stuff what is going on in the open. And
all right, so tell me, let me just stop you right there. The foundation first thing you contacted was a German community because you were German, because it was easier to speak in German, or why?
No. I was part of a German organization in this time, not PvP organization.
How did you find this organization? Did you just like apply randomly, like me, to Blue Star, or what?
No, I did a Google search about German Elite Dangerous groups, and I found this one, and this was a good match for me, and then I joined them.
Do you want to give them any props or no?
Props? What do you mean with props?
A shout out for the good German commanders that were flying with you, that set you up on the right course, no?
Oh, the German. No, this was the other way around. As I said, this organization didn't do much PvP.
I understood. Yeah, it was like a PvE friendly guild, explorers,
exactly,
traders,
and
blah blah blah.
Yeah,
they like the lore and all that.
Yeah, and there I founded my first PvP squadron. And I also built up this PvP squadron and trained the pilots partially. And this was basically the first start of the law enforcement movement. But the real start began a little bit later, when we already built up the PvP German squadron, which was named German Pilot Launch Combat Force. And on one operation, we met the Paladin Consortium and fought together with them against Russian gankers. And then there was a conversation between me and a commander named Marshall, which left the game already a very long time ago. And this was basically the start of the Armada of Light, which was the first real big organization and project to build up international global scale law enforcer PvP army. And we just needed 1 or 2 months, if I remember correctly, and then we had a fleet about 40 ships, and we were pretty effective, and had a force which was a good counter for all the griefing and ganking what was going on in the
and then what?
In the open. And yeah, this was basically the start of the Armada of Light. The Armada of Light was pretty successful until 2018, 2019.
And tell me, this Armada of Light, how many pilots did you have in a fleet, in an operation, or
in the peak? It was 100. We had 100
active pilots flying and doing operations.
Yes.
Wow, man, this is amazing. This is really amazing. This is double the size of a raid group in World of Warcraft, I believe.
Yeah, this was
This is more than double the size. And it was all organized how? Like over Discord, over TeamSpeak? How? There wasn't Discord back then.
Yes, there was. Basically, there was a similar Discord like Spear is now. This Discord, by the way, is still available. It's basically like an old warship laying in the last harbor.
Depository, you know, of memories.
Yeah, exactly. And your visitors can still visit this Discord.
This museum, man. Listen to me. Don't disclose anything more. Let me stop you right there. So you gave me a little intro about Spear. What I know is that for definitely this group is formed to counter rampant ganking and griefing in the open mode.
Exactly.
So the difference between an open mode and a private group or solo mode is that you can encounter players. I don't know if Star Atlas will have this or not. Regardless, we are preparing for the open mode. And
if I may interrupt, I think Star Atlas will be open only because all other things would not make any sense, to be honest.
It is interesting to speculate on many different aspects of the game that has not yet been developed. But I don't want to waste your time with that, Akuma, to be honest.
Okay.
I wanna turn to what Spear means for the community of a pretty popular game that is also unfortunately very underdeveloped because it has a big potential. But it always is some problem, you know, when people are working for money, they sometimes stop working for their idea. They don't work with their hearts. If you understand me, what I mean.
Yeah.
So let me turn your attention to this. What do you think SPEAR stands for in the metaverse that you are in right now?
You mean in the dangerous metaverse?
Exactly, yeah.
SPEAR stands for enjoyable play partners, for enjoyable play field for not combat pilots, for civilians, for business people, and of course for security for the civilians, and for a hard threat for the griefers and gankers.
Okay, because what I see, you have done an amazing presence online, you know, like with the time that you devoted to developing a whole community, developing this vision, engaging the people, training new pilots, training existing pilots. I mean, the list goes on. You also managed to fight E-War, which we will talk about later, but here we will obviously share your link to Elite Dangerous Spear-Spear.com. It says SPEAR is primarily about law enforcement and protection of PvEers. It's not about balanced PvP. To secure shipping lanes to an early engineer base, SPEAR is quite happy to use overwhelming numbers to guarantee safe passage. Consequently, the neighborhood pirates and seal clubbers feel quite put upon even to gank these pilots. So, however, there are two acceptable philosophies in lawful PvP, and both have place in SPEAR. One is which wings of lawful bounty hunters assist the police. Basically, they're seeking organic emergent experiences, hunting down outlaws. And another philosophy that is acceptable in SPEAR is basically enforcement and protection from ganking, and that's the only priority. That's the first one. That's why you sign up for the force. So you sign up, from what I understand here from this text, is you sign up for the force for enforcing and protecting from ganking. And then if you want, you know, you can go on patrols. Like this is like, you know, like sport, you know. That's what I do, for example. You know, I'll disclose myself. I don't care. You know. I am patrolling, you know. I do sometimes CGs, this and that, but mostly I'm on patrols. You know, I see who's online. If I have a wing ready, if not, I go with a friend or two, you know, and that's it. So tell me a bit about this. How is this the fun for you also, or what's fun for you in the game? Are you having fun, or what I mean, this sounds like a lot of work.
And it's of course also a lot of fun. I personally enjoy it a lot when I see a pilot improving, which I trained in the beginning on a beginner skill field, or even on an advanced skill field, and even especially when the pilot is killing a dangerous ganker or griever later, then is of course this is also a lot of fun. What I personally enjoy most is of course the command in fleet PvP and being what is called a first line general, so being on the very first front, but also command and direct the forces and the fleet to the specific places. Especially in Elite, this is pretty challenging because you have to compare it like a 3D chess with multiple boards related to the instance technology. Related to what you said before, which kind of pilots or people we have in SPEAR. Look, we are basically a group of in the majority more major people from progressed age, 20, 30, 40, partially older, and we have all kind of combat pilots there. We have let's do a real life comparison. We have donut cops, we have FBI agents, and we have Navy SEALs. This last line also does guerrilla operations. So this is also possible that 3 of us engaging with 2 full outlaw wings to disrupt them, or even try to make a kill in an outnumbered situation. So we have a place for all kind of pilots, for people who just want to fly 1 or 2 times in the week and want to be together with a strong fleet and see outlaws and grievers and gankers run and complain. And we have, of course, also the place for the really hardcore dogfighters, which want the very hard challenge and also outnumbered or guerrilla operations.
How
Okay.
do civilians who get targeted, how do they find Spear? So if an outlaw is coming after a particular civilian and they don't know you exist.
Well, one of our officers, which joined already in the TROL times, develops an amazing software system which works globally, and it is, meanwhile, it is used on a wide scale in the Elite Dangerous open community, and this basically is able that a civilian is able to report a crime against him in real life time. And this will be sent to our Discord as an alert message.
Okay, to stop you right there, Akuma, can I say something? Pi, I love it. You attack him with the questions right on, and just mad respect for you. I wanted to say, Akuma, I wanted to just go back to what you said previously. So, in other words, for a viewer, you are a general of a law enforcement force in a metaverse, and you play 3D chess, and you are having fun with this, right? This is how you have fun? Is that how you have? Did I sum it up correctly?
A virtual general, yeah. This is all role play and all
role play, of course.
Play,
yeah. No.
But yes,
I'm
of course, yeah.
Like
yes,
Akuma Tebori. I only see your logo. It says Akuma Tebori, and I imagine the metaverse, and I imagine that you are a general of law enforcement community, and you play 3D chess for fun. Is that correct?
Yes, this is basically the correct. Yeah, I also like sometimes 1 versus 1 or hard dog fights.
What's fun? What fun? Tell me more. And then I have questions like about the community. Tell me more about what's fun for you.
If you fly really hard dogfights in semi-Newtonian physics,
like last time you had fun. Like what happened? Like give me a story. The last operation that you remember that was really fun.
Must it be dangerous, or could it also be?
Doesn't. It doesn't have to be anything, and it just had to be truthful. So you don't have to say when it happened. You don't have to say who was involved. You just tell me the situation. Like 7 guys, 6 of us.
I can say it when it was. That's not a problem. 2 hours ago, I had a really challenging and very thrilling fight in Star Citizen with my Talon against the Scorpius, which is a heavy fighter. My Talon is just a light fighter. And it was really high combat speed and really challenging, and it was a ton of fun. And adrenaline was very high.
And you enjoyed this. I think I enjoyed too, my man. And I have now the question for probably from a listener that's listening to this conversation is how do I join Spear, and what if I'm 16 years old and I'm a girl? Can I join?
Spear is basically an adult group. This is
I'm really good. I'm really good at games. I never played any. And by the way, we didn't mention.
Yeah, but what we talk in the voice channels is
dirty. It's 18 plus.
No. It's not dirty. But it's
18 plus. It's just grown man locker talk.
It just doesn't match.
Not.
It just doesn't match.
It's locker talk. Hey, it's locker talk. You know, like obviously on the Spear operation, I've never had a female pilot on the Discord. I must be honest, and I do have female, really good female friends from Elite Dangerous. That are a killer pilot. That I would rather have like a wing with like 3 women. That I mean, I can shout them out in the end. You know, we'll do a shout out part. But
we also had female pilots in the past. They left meanwhile, but we had female ATR.
Tell me more. Well, why did they join? Why did they leave? Give me some details.
They joined because of the same reason why the men pilots join, because they want to be part of the law enforcement. And
why did they leave?
Because of cyberbullying.
All right, yeah, that's a part. So that's the thing we will talk
what
about.
happened after that?
After
they left.
I don't know. I think this one stopped playing at all, if I remember correctly.
Man, honestly, in Spear, like the confidentiality between a pilot and the Spear organization is full confidentiality. Like no information that you share with Spear is going to be used against you. No, nothing. No, it's the other way around from the. But that's the next part that I want to talk to you about, Akuma. If we can have Mr. ODVB fiddle with the cables a little bit. It's the actually some kind of useful advice that you can give us from your perspective. That you know that I'm a part of Bulk, and we are playing Elite Dangerous together, but with Bulk I'm planning to play Star Atlas once it comes out, and the community is hyped, and we can't wait. There's much development on many fronts. You know, even I would say from what I see personally as a consumer, more development from the community than from Star Atlas team recently, but that's because that's the phase, because they're not working, they're promoting right now. So there are different phases of business. But I want to ask you for advice, you know, to stay safe as a civilian, as someone who is just getting into the game, a noob in a metaverse that if you can take Elite Dangerous and Star Atlas, but just imagine that the credits are crypto. So it's real money. Everyone has a credit card. There's no kids. There's no troll 14-year-olds with too much time on their hands. But there's grown men with intellectual property and lawyers and bankers and smart people. So I'm glad that I'm talking to you about something that they have no idea about. Give me advice for a noob.
What was the specific question?
Just advice for a noob that's entering. How do you approach? You know, how would you go on as a noob exploring? You know,
well, it's the same advice as all pilots give each other. Never fly alone. Find a group you can join. Find people who are already skilled in the metaverse. Find friends there and fly with them together and learn from them.
Well, I've got a question related to that. So say, you know, I join as some of your female pilots had and encounter the same things they did. Has anything changed since then? Or is it kind of still a very locker room talk and that's the way it is group? Or is Spear considering maybe changing that approach to help keep women around? What happened after there?
Well, this is touching the e-war topic. This is really problematic, partially. To sum it up a little bit, there was a huge ban wave, especially in the last 12 months. So a big part of the toxic players left the game meanwhile, especially the part of the toxic players who acted outside of the game. And I wouldn't consider it so dangerous as it was in that time when this happened with this female pilot of us. But on the other side, female pilots, PvP pilots, are very seldom in Elite Dangerous, nevertheless, because the enter level to PvP to high end PvP is really high, and is a lot of grind is necessary to be able to enter this field. We are not talking from some hours here; we are talking from weeks of playtime until someone has at least the material to be competitive, and then there's the training time on the top of it. And so it's I think this is the major reason, or the more important reason why there are not many female pilots around in Elite Dangerous related to endgame PvP.
But I have an idea, Akuma, now that you mentioned this. I have several friends in game that we only chat. I never heard their voice. I have a friend that I heard her voice. She actually runs a squadron, and I have some interesting interviews lined up. It's more work for ODVB. He's probably just like screaming at the microphone right now, but he's muted.
In Elite Dangerous?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You might also know a couple. You know who I'm talking about. So we'll see how this develops later. But let's go. I just want to say this one thing. ODVB, drop back the spear logo, please, on the screen, and not the logo, but you know, the tags. And I wanna say this thing. I spent a lot of my time away from my real life. You know, I'm very busy. You know, there's lots of things going on, but I took the time to you know, interview people that I think that have a very interesting and respected view in Elite Dangerous world, and I wrote an article about it and I shared it, and probably it will be on a hologram. And by the way, everything that we record here is going to be sent to hologram, and then they do a Medium article as well if they find it appropriate, you know. So it's like another official organization that is you know, going through all this information that we're sharing right now. So I want to tell you that this article, tell me the difference, like I want to talk to you about the crime inside the game. Like what do you consider a crime inside a game, as a you know, SWAT team, a police team? Like what if me and you and ODVB and 3.14159 Pi were on a wing mission, you know, like, and we decide the wing mission because we are the SWAT team, we're going on patrol, and you know, give me a little rundown of a little petty crime that will like look the other way, and then, you know, like who will we focus on and all that kind of stuff.
Well, first of all, there are still role-playing pirates in Elite Dangerous. I personally welcome this play style because they are bringing content to the open environment. But real pirating means not just playing it and hopping in the instance and sending one text message with a macro and then open fire with all what you have. But real pirating means really having a cargo scanner and doing some role play and then trying to get some cargo. And this is real pirating. So Spear is also not. Spear will not go after real playing pirates.
Okay. So pirates, we leave them alone. Okay, who do we like? We scan them. We see what they're doing, right?
We maybe interact a little bit also as well.
We have to interact a bit, you know.
We kill. We have time. We kill war and scan. We kill war and scan them. We go in the instance. We maybe thread them out if we are going in, but we will not use the full force and the real tactic.
Okay.
Against,
so, but let me give you a scenario.
Against pirates.
It's a wing. It's a wing of 4 of us. ODVB has some shitty old, you know, spaceship, and Pi has the best, you know, meta build of a ship for PvP. Me and you, we have a little bit shittier ones. But it doesn't matter, you know, because the pirates, they're still like, you know, they're not skilled enough. You know, they can fly, but they can't fly PvP. Right? So they don't train in a wing. So we go our trained wing. I mean, I want to give a little. Why I'm saying this is because I want to give a shout out to ODVB for all the work that he's doing. Look at the background there, on this little screen. Like these kind of fights, they require a lot of coordination, like between me and you. And like on that little screen, you can see that right now he's in the wing. This is actual footage of you, Akuma, or what is this? Tell me.
Yeah, this is my footage. Yes, I'm fighting a racketeer.
Yeah, tell me a bit about this. Like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Like, what happened?
They are playing racketeers in the community gold system. So basically, they want to get paid that people are able to fly there or to kill specific NPCs. So it's basically a role play. But we also know this group a longer time, and there was some disputes between them and us in the past, and we consider them not only as racketeers but also a little bit as role-playing terrorists, and so we use the normal tactics here. And in this situation,
so in this situation right here on the screen, you're not dealing with the who like this is not a pirate role-playing. This guy is racketeering, so he's probably got a serious ship. This is an endgame player.
Now this is what we see now is already is already another scene.
The end here, at the end of this video, I mean the goal of this is not to kill the guy. You don't give a fuck if you kill him. You want him out of the system to jump away so that he's not engaged with this guy could destroy a pirate, right? This guy could kill 2 pirates right by himself.
Yeah, exactly. What our main targets are the players.
Are the terrorists. So if we see a terrorist, we jump on that. Of course, we can interact with a pirate, but if we see a terrorist, this is what we do. That you're doing here in this video.
Yeah. However you call them, murder, hobo, role-playing terrorist, or whatever. What these players are doing is just interdicting ships and then open fire at them and destroy them, no matter what ship this is or what they are doing. So just killing without any background for the game itself, and these are our main targets. And then
I notice you're changing. Like at the top, there's right now there's 2 guys with you in the wing, and then okay, this is edited footage, but I noticed that in the same fight you're changing wings.
One of my main tasks is to get the whole fleet in the battle instance, in the battle area, and this works in Elite Dangerous in a way that 1 pilot is already in the battle area, and then the other pilots have a jump point to jump to this normal space section, and when 1 wingmate were able to enter the battle area, then I'm changing to the next wing and give them the next jump point, so they are able to jump in the combat field. And of course, yeah, this needs a lot of coordination, communication, and also the people who do this must be able to keep many ships and partially several wings in mind where they are and what they do in the actual second.
So basically, what you're telling me, you are playing 3D chess with 40 people in the Discord at the same time. They are playing 3D chess with pip management, deflecting strategy, all this kind of stuff. This requires incredible communication skills from your side. So I don't know, Pai, do you have a question for him?
You know, I'm sure I have plenty of questions.
Yeah.
What do you think from your experience with Spear outside of Star Atlas? What do you think it's going to be able to bring to the Star Atlas community specifically? And just to make it a twice as difficult question, are there any things you want to make sure do not get carried into Star Atlas that you've seen in other games?
Yeah, what I personally hope is that, as Hard as said before, there are real money assets on the table in Star Atlas. And I personally think it will be an open-only environment. And if this is the case, then there will be also a lot of disputes and conflicts between organizations and parties and all this stuff. And if they really succeed to build this metaverse, what is at the moment on the horizon, then there will be also a lot of players, and it will be very big scale. So it will be necessary that people will be around which are able to protect escorts, which are able to protect groups which are flying from one point to another and stuff like this. And related to Star Atlas, when it is real life money assets, then things will get really interesting. People like myself or organizations like Spear could of course help in such a scenario to play the security forces and to protect these assets. This is related to Star Atlas. What I really don't want to see in Star Atlas is the level of toxicity I experienced, especially in Elite Dangerous. It's much better in Star Citizen. CIG is pretty capable of moderating their game. But I think in Star Atlas we will not see this, because this will not be a kiddies playground.
All right, perfect, man. Thanks for telling us a bit about Spear and giving us the general idea. I think we got a little smarter now. How about this? I think I wanna do a little bit of shout outs. So how about, for effect, Akuma, you do yours last, so they have a better effect. I want to shout out all my friends in Elite Dangerous, and we forgot that Spear is also, patrolling and doing things in Star Citizen. So also a well-known force there. And I don't play there. I play only in Elite Dangerous, and I, want to shout out my guys there. I want to shout out my female friends that make videos, that don't make videos, that have a voice, that don't have a voice, that just use the chat. Any kind of communication is cool as long as we do our thing and we have fun doing it, So actually, I'll leave their links down there, because I don't know. I know that Maria Perina Sterling has a YouTube channel, so probably I can disclose her name. But for security concerns, I'll just say her. And Bushrat, actually, yeah, Bushrat is also from the Rat Pack over there, with their mercenary, kind of role play that protects the noobs and gives them money, like a cool little role play. So shout out to her, definitely. And of course to all my people in Bulk, and my people in Atlasio family. I'm thinking actually, of getting Spear logo there for the heart. So Akuma, I don't know if it's okay for me to use a Spear thing on my
of course.
there.
Yeah,
It's for just for an NFT game, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys. Any shout outs from your side, Pi?
I think you have it pretty much covered. Especially since you got bulk, that's my number one go-to for shout-outs. So.
Well, obviously, I mean, we shout out Star Atlas TV, you know, and Hologram and everyone who is involved in UMO and Final Frontier and all the guys. I mean, I actually want a list of, you know, UMO organizations that I can shout out properly, but the ones that I'm currently very involved with, I shouted out. And Akuma, you do the final shout out.
Well, my shout out goes, of course, to all ATR pilots of all pasts and onto the active ones. A special shout out goes to Commander Firefox, the fleet commander of the Comtech and the 51st. And yeah, these are my shout outs.
All right, so our French buddies, French brothers in arms, Fratre. Take care,
yeah,
guys.
Firefox is a co-founder of Spear. Basically, after the TROL.
Ooh, some info spill here, huh? Is that confidential info we're hearing? What's
yeah. This is
Do
confidential.
we need to? We edit this out.
This is not. That is fine. It is already.
Okay,
it is also known, but this is 2 years ago. Firefox was a co-founder of Spear. It was basically not long ago after TROL changed in the Spear project.
And you know what? I noticed a little change in Spear, I must say, recently, Akuma. I noticed that PDS tournament that you did, Professional Dueling Society, Discord, amazing bot that did everything, you know, fantastic solution software for managing that. It's incredible. I mean, I don't want to disclose this yet, so let's not talk about that. But I noticed in Spear you're giving out awards, man. What's the first award? What's the lowest award that someone can get in Spear? Tell me this.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
What's the lowest award someone can get in Spear?
The lowest award?
Yeah, like in Discord little like thing that you're doing, like a little cosmetic, you know what I mean? Like next to your nickname you have like a little reward. What does that go for?
There's
I need to kill 5 guys, or what do I need to do?
No. You mean the military award of Spear? There's
exactly,
only.
Yeah. Medal, bro. What do I need to do to get one?
It has to be a special thing.
You don't know yet, like you don't want to disclose.
It's totally different. One, for example, got it because he made a kill during he glided to a surface. One got it for defeating a well-known ganker in a 1v1 tournament after the wing fight was over and they were left in the 1v1 situation. It's totally different. It's
very unique and personal. You're saying it's not.
Yeah,
like,
it has to be a special moment, a special thing. What one is
forces.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
example, Comparator got the award for making the actual version upgrades for the Battle Eye. It's totally different for what this award is given.
No, I know, Akuma. Obviously, I know, and that's why I'm saying this. I'm leading the conversation for you to shout out the guys that did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a little trick that I learned, you know, from my Uncle Frank. So don't worry. We shouted out everyone, or like there's awarded pilots basically, and we shout out all of you guys. And some of you is better we don't name you for your reasons, you know, and for the sake of all of us. So
well, all ATR pilots are fully aware that Spear would not exist without them, and
exactly.
I would not be able to do anything what I did in the last years without them. So these guys are all amazing. I wrote this also in my videos sometimes, and they know it. And yeah, we are inside the ATR. We are basically a big family, and we have also a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's not about, it's just like cosmetics. We all know about it, and then you do it like just for haha, you know. Listen, guys, we are around the time to end this. So any final thoughts from any of you? And let's finish this. Thank you for your time, Akuma. Hard us out.